Hey guys, so I am back with a new video, and for this one, I'm going to be showing my old artworks from 2008 to 2012, mainly focusing on fashion illustrations and collections that I've done in between those years. So let's get started. So starting out with 2008 to 2010, I have a compilation of old-fashioned sketches, which I would classify as rejected fashion illustrations. And the earliest one that I did was when I was 12 to 13 years old, and I worked on this collection called Red Z. I know, it's such a creative title. Like red because it's my favorite color, and Z because Zyra. Like, duh. And my style here is heavily inspired by anime and manga style, as you can tell. I didn't really draw the face, and I also didn't draw the hair and the fingers. So it was a very simplistic kind of style, and I also used Crayola crayons for the coloring of these drawings. So still around 13 years old, I actually started drawing my own clothes, just because I got really interested in fashion and dressing up, and so I wanted to mix and match my clothes to fit the same kind of style that Selena Gomez would wear in her show Wizards of Waverly Place back in the day. So as you can see, the style has developed. I had started drawing the hair and the fingers, but not yet the face. For these ones, these were done in 2009 when I actually discovered Copic markers. And I obviously did not have the money to buy the Copic markers, so I used an alternative, which was Bic Markets, which are kind of like the really cheap alternative, but of course it's not going to be in the same level as Copic markers, and they don't also have a wide range of colors. So as you can see over here, these were actually some designs that I came up with, which were supposed to be for my Alice in Wonderland collection, but like I said, these are rejects, so they didn't kind of make it to the collection, or I didn't like the drawing, or probably the design, or something like that. And the videos are actually still up on my YouTube channel, where I showcase my collection for Alice in Wonderland, and these other ones are for different types of collections, which you will see later in this video, but are also rejects. So moving on to 2010, I actually worked on a collection called Wonderland, inspired by Alice in Wonderland, mainly the Tim Burton movie adaptation, just because the Disney animated version really creeped me out when I was a kid. Like, I watched it again after the Tim Burton movie came out, and it still creeped me out, so I highly doubt that I'll be watching the animated version anytime soon. However, I love the concept of Alice in Wonderland and the story, and of course, combined with Tim Burton's style, it's just amazing. The cinematography, the color palettes, the costume designs, the settings, the music that they used, it was brilliant. So I was obsessed with it for a long time, and of course I had to do something with that obsession. So I created a fashion design collection, and I even posted it on my blog and on my YouTube channel. Like, I still have the videos for this collection on my YouTube channel. Um, I'm actually really proud of this collection, and even now I'm still really proud of this one just because it has so many designs in the collection, and that rarely happens. Actually, that never happens nowadays when I create a collection. Normally, I'd create like 3 designs for a collection, and I'd be out of inspiration and I'd just stop and not continue anymore. But for this one, I'm pretty proud of it. So with 2010 to 2011, I was still pretty much inspired by some of Tim Burton's movies, and we went to a gallery of his works, and obviously that was just inspirational. So I created a few designs to kind of illustrate how much I loved Tim Burton. It wasn't that much, I didn't get to complete it, but this one is the Sweetest Collection, which I love. This was actually when I started working with touch twin markers, and it is inspired by chocolate, like literally inspired by chocolate, which is why it's called the Sweetest Collection. And I used to have this on my DeviantArt, but I don't know what happened to it. I think it got deleted when I changed accounts or something. I'm not entirely sure. But here, as you can see, I tried experimenting with bridal gowns. I'm not entirely too good at it. I'll probably give it a try sometime in the future just because I do want to branch out or something, but I feel like bridal gowns are not my thing. And these ones are actually really old, and I used to do these with watercolors, and I was inspired by Paper Fashions or Katie Rogers, and I'll link her website down below. She's incredibly amazing, and these were the very first watercolor fashion illustrations that I did. And these ones over here, kind of just random fashion illustrations, like they don't belong anywhere, but I really like them. And yeah, so these are actually some uniform designs that I did for school back then when we were changing uniforms. And here are just some more random illustrations, I guess. So moving on to this binder over here, I just have like a compilation of random artworks from 2010 to 2012, which kind of range from manga and anime drawings to fashion illustrations and to other types of drawings that don't really fit in anywhere else. So some of these drawings were actually from my sketchbooks like back in the day, and I kind of ripped them out from the sketchbook and placed them in these plastic pockets, especially the decent ones that I wanted to keep, because honestly most of the drawings that I had in those sketchbooks were like not worthy of keeping. So I obviously kind of wanted to throw them away, and I did. So the decent ones, or at least the decent looking ones, were placed in this binder. As you can see, I have quite a few anime and manga drawings in this binder. However, if you guys saw or noticed, I had a lot more in my sketchbooks video, which I posted a while back. And I used to do manga and anime drawings a lot back in the day, but I kind of just stopped in 2013, and I haven't really been drawing ever since. And some of you guys have actually requested that I do videos on anime and manga drawings. However, I'm just gonna say this right now, don't count on it. I am honestly in that phase where I'm just completely uninspired and unmotivated to do any types of drawings. So, like, I don't really know what's gonna happen in the future, if I'm gonna do a manga drawing anytime soon or not. I don't think so. The only time I really get to draw is for university when there's like an assignment, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's just how it has been for 2 to 3 months, I think. And yeah, so like I said, don't count on it, but I do want to get back into manga. However, I can't assure that it's going to be this year. It's probably going to be next year or something, seeing that I have videos planned for the next couple of weeks, actually, so stay tuned for that one, and yeah. So anyway, back to the artworks that I'm kind of flipping through right now. Some of these are kind of just, I don't know, like tutorials, like the drawings that I used for my tutorials, like some of those were the Queen Couture illustrations. Some of these were also posted on my Tumblr, and others were not because I didn't want to post them on my Tumblr. Like these ones were posted on my DeviantArt. They're still up on my DeviantArt, and this one on the right was actually a collage that I did for my studio arts class in year 11, I'm pretty sure. So for my 2012 drawings, as you can see, the scale of my drawings have gotten smaller just because this was around the same time when I got my Copic markers, and I had this whole notion that to save ink from my markers, I had to draw on a smaller scale, and so I used smaller paper. However, that did not last very long because, of course, you guys know that I use my Copic markers for fashion illustrations, and I use A4 sized paper for my fashion illustrations. So these kind of, I don't know, like these didn't last very long. This drawing right here is actually my very first Copic drawing, and I was really proud of it when I first finished it. But now looking back into it, I'm not so proud. Like there are some things that I want to change into it, like the way that I colored was kind of naive in a sense, and yeah. So some of these doodles and sketches and random bits and bobs of drawings are actually posted on my Instagram. So if you are interested in, um, I don't know, like seeing some of my doodles and drawings and random artworks, I guess, that don't necessarily make it into a video, then feel free to follow my Instagram. The link is down below, as well as some other of my social media links, which are always in the description box of my videos. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here for the video. Like, I hope you guys like this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.